Liverpool's number one, Zach Gibson, this man is James Drake. Together we are grizzled young veterans. And you are listening to the Ministry of Wrestling. And if you're not listening, remember this. Grit your teeth. Listen.
Alright, recording, innit? Start whenever you want.
Hey yo, it's the one AJ. Double V in the house right here.
BigTone in the zone.
Okay guys, so the MOW have just come out of the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre for High Stakes. We just saw an amazing card, literally from top to bottom. Dude. You saw the absolute best that British wrestling had to offer.
Dude, it's one of those things where everyone is so dedicated to the big corporations, which we love too. But man, when you see the indie scene, especially the British indie scene, and you see the rowdy crowds in confined areas and the tempo it goes to, and the fact that these wrestlers are bringing it to terminal velocity. Like, there wasn't a bad match on the card.
Every match was a banger. Every match was a banger.
Yo, the card was like stacked from head to toe. Like, it's some of the best matches I've ever seen literally happen tonight. There's at least 3 I could pick out for match of the year contention, man. And you know what? They got me. They got all of us.
No,
man.
Listen, all I'm going to say is, people, you're going to see the name Will Ospreay all over AEW, all over All In. This was the man's last indie show. Do not sleep on it. Be sure to check out High Stakes whichever way you can. I'm not going to plug how you can watch it because it's going to be a plug and then that's demonetization, but it's a big one.
Look, and the cool thing about it is that even if there are some wrestlers on the card that you didn't know, there will guaranteed, if you watch more than one product, there will be a wrestler on every single match you know, be it a Dani Luna, a Zack Sabre Jr, a Shingo Takagi. It was just insane, this card.
So many things happened on this card. I actually forgot. A surprise entrance, a surprise AEW International Championship match happened tonight.
Yeah.
None other than Orange Cassidy
as well,
came down.
we had Zack Sabre Jr. having half of my... Yeah, listen. He owes me for that, mate. He owes me for that, doesn't he?
He does. He had a sip of it. Two sips of this man.
Tony Khan also showed up. He was in the house, in with the fans, the freaking owner of a big corporation. He was still there chanting Ospreay along with us. The guy's a real fan. You can't hate him,
Best
man.
wrestler in the world, Will Ospreay.
Yes.
I am going home. Good night.
So you heard it from the fans, you've heard it from the MOW. Look, even Dani takes it in his house. So there you go, guys. Do not sleep on it. A full review will possibly come along. But either way, you know what to do. Keep it MOW. Ministry of Wrestling. MOW News on your big old X. That's the one. So until the next time, it's the one AJ signing out.
Double V, the Viceroy Verisimilitude, telling you, here's some verisimilitude for you. Watch this event.
100% BigTone at the zone. We out.
I'm going to follow you guys right now.
Hey yo, it's 2/5 of them boys, so you know what that means. We're here. It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
And as always, BigTone in the zone.
Right, okay, guys. I've never actually done... Have I done this once before? I'm not sure. Live on camera. I'm taking off the ministry t-shirt because RevPro 100% deserves all the flowers. All the flowers, because High Stakes was exactly the name of it. Just looking at it from the minute, I mean, look, let's do it from Uprising, go back. We went to Uprising thinking that was going to be Will's last match on the indie scenes because we just saw the way things were going. I think he had signed, I can't remember. By the time we bought the tickets, I don't think he had signed to AEW, but we were like, he's on the cusp. Okay, because I remember doing it right after a tournament.
We had, didn't it? Because remember, like, the whole promo at the end was about how he's signed and he's taking his property.
I'm talking Uprising. We predicted that he's not going to be around for too much longer.
Oh, you're on about prior to us going to Uprising?
Yeah, prior to it, yeah.
Okay, maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was like, oh, this will be his last show, so let's do it because we don't know it. And honestly, I always say it. We were very lucky because the pre-sale had already gone. And I went in, clicked some tickets, brought front row. Will Ospreay says, and by the way, Uprising was an amazing show. Reviews about. But what happened after that is that we start to talk, and Will starts to talk show, and he says, this is my final show. this is the one. Save that date. We didn't even know the name of the pay-per-view at the time, but save that date. February 18th, my last show on the Indies. And we were like, yeah, this is a must do. And we'd already had a pretty stacked Feb, I think. And we're like, okay, looks like we're getting busier because we're definitely going to that one. And yeah, that's what's happened. And I have to say it, Boxing Day, trying to buy tickets. And I was speaking to someone else at Rev yesterday. You just saw the dots vanishing. Blip, 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 blip. It was an absolute ram-packed show. And that was it. Everyone was like, we're here for Will Ospreay's last match. And as the weeks went on, the card got bigger and better. So once again, Andy and everybody at RevPro, and this is an endorsement. I've just seen Andy and just about nodded. We've not spoken. Well done on an amazing, amazing, amazing show. Yeah, so good you had to get a review.
100%. Like I said again, like at this point, the ministry has been to a whole bunch of wrestling shows, yeah, and it's no cap when I say this. What I seen yesterday, that might be the very best show I've been to live, man. Because again, it had so many elements to it. Yeah, the crowd was crazy. Yeah, of course we made it crazier with our antics. But you know what? There's just so much love in the air, man. Like from the very first points of the show with a grand surprise, which we're about to talk about, to another surprise attendance, man. And just like up and down, the card was stacked. Yeah, like unfortunately, going to all these indie shows, like the ministry now know who we're watching. Yeah, and we now know who we want to root for. Yeah, and again, seeing them all live up doing their thing. The matchups were absolutely stellar, man. Yeah, this was like pretty much perfection of what you want from indie wrestling, man. And like you talk about high stakes, man. Those high stakes delivered.
Yeah. It was, it was one of those things that, as you said, going to the shows, you knew what's what, and it just became more of a, ooh, that versus that. Ooh, that's a clash of styles. How's that going to work? Not a styles clash, but an actual clash of styles. And you're like, this is still a banging match though, because these are two heavy, like big guys in the game. And I was absolutely shocked. And again, one of the other things I was remiss to say, we bought the ticket thinking, yeah, Will Ospreay. We got Mustafa Ali as well. Like, you know what? Let's go into it. I have my moments. I have my moments with two of the greatest guys to ever do it. It was an honor meeting them both. Yeah, absolutely, and a ram-packed card. So here we are. We're just going to do what we do best, and we're just going to go into a bit of a review of, RevPro High Stakes. So, what was our first match of the night? I can't even remember. I'm just so. Of course. We had an international. We had this match that had the whole world talking. There was. It's very interesting how this match came about because you had 5 guys on a card, and it's like who's going to be there. Now, what was interesting is that Richard Holiday was officially on the meet and greet, but not in a match. So I was like, okay, Richard Holiday's there. What's going to happen there? And then you get an absolute amazing card. But you're wondering, okay, there's an international star. Now, I have to give shout outs to this guy. We done it on the day, and people might have been, why did we thank George? Why are we saying thank you, George? While in the queue for Ali, we're talking about who could be this sixth man in the match. Who is the 6th man? And already I'm like, I'm going to be cheering Flash. I'm Mr. Subculture, as you guys know. Going to be cheering Flash. And like, there's an international star. Now, in all my hope, is like, it's Nick Nemeth. Please be Nick Nemeth. And everyone's like, Tony Khan was in the UK for the Fulham match. And did you see that Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are there? We're like, yeah, okay. They're like, it's that. Now, George, who's just standing behind us in the queue, goes, but have you realised they said an international star? And who's the international champion? And I was like, oh, good call. And like, we've come back out to meet the other guys, yourself included, BigTone. And I was like, yeah. Like, there's a theory going around. Like, no one else. It's Tony Khan backstage. And everyone's like, we're not allowed to say it. We're not saying nothing. Our lips are sealed. And Nick goes like, it's Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's here. And I'm like, supposedly. And everybody comes out. And then they're like, and the sixth member. And with the highest respect, we have a Pro Noah star. And everyone's like, hey, cool. But no. They were like, bit of an anticlimax based on the theory. And we'd already pumped Den up. Like, yeah. OCC. It's like, so where's Orange? And as Den
Wait. Was it just that like we was getting pumped up ourselves? We started doing like throwing guess a name in it, who possibly could come out, man. Like some of the names that was thrown out, man, was Okada.
yes, of course.
Nick Nemeth, as we said in it, that would have been a great one, But like who we got? Trust me, the roof blew off the place. Who did we get, AJ?
The one, the only, freshly squeezed, check the picture on screen, Orange Cassidy. And trust me, the crowd were not thinking whatever, because we lost our crap. We were the OC's best friend that day. It was mad. The whole place, freshly squeezed. And what made it even more exciting is, yes, we saw the bag. He pulled out the title, and good. Bless Francesca. I love the way she done it. She's like, so I believe this is an international title match. The world lost it. You had to be in the Crystal Palace Sports Centre to appreciate what went down that day. We just an unexpected title match. Like, again, Andy, Tony Khan for putting that out, allowing your title to be just defended like that on the cuff. Maybe it was planned before, but I say on the cuff like that. And total surprise. Thank you, guys. And what a match.
I mean, like, look, man, if like, you know, the match would have just been the 6-way, like normally how it was already stacked for us, man. Like you had Flash Webster Gordon did it there, man, of some culture doing his thing. Everyone loved him, man. And like we was there for it, man. We was here for him, man. You had Richard Holiday of MLW fame doing his thing, man. Tremendous heel work, by the way. And of course, maybe my top heel on the British indie scene, man. Spike Trevette doing his thing, man.
You gotta
I
love
love
Spike.
that guy.
You gotta
I
love
love
to hate Spike. He's a G. He's a G. So.
And like, you know, that's just like a few of the names in it that was in that match, and it was already stellar as it is. But then when that music hit, the closest thing I could compare it to is when we was at Money in the Bank and John Cena's music hit in it. Yeah,
It was.
it was a sad. I'm not saying that those two are the same levels, but what I'm saying is the element of elevation of that surprise. That was a similar moment, yeah, when you're not expecting it. And a wonderful job, RevPro, man, yeah. Like, big up yourselves for that. And AEW as well, man, because again, for us to just be like, oh, it's this prono guy, like, you know, clap, out of respect, we're happy you're here, innit, yeah. And then for it to just go silent, Den's like mucking behind us, or where is Orange Cassidy with Okada. And then as soon no sooner than a second later, had we finished laughing about that, yeah. His music hits. And then everyone goes crazy, man. And like that must have been a great moment for like Tony. It must have been a great moment for Orange as well, man. To just see the happiness of that live crowd.
Bro, people can say this stuff like all the time and it may not mean something, but honestly, when you talk about the words blow the roof off, they genuinely blew the roof off. Like it wasn't, there was nothing short of it. Everyone was, I think we were buzzed, and OC done all the OC stuff. He's kicking everyone's shin. He's going around in a circle twice, and you're like, no, we're witnessing OC so close. It was amazing. It was something that it was the perfect way to start the crowd, if I'm honest. And with that, out of 5 stars, it's a fun match. Scrambles can be a bit awkward, and as much as it was a title match, you kind of knew which way it went. So for me, it sits on like the 3.5, edging on a 4. Excitement level is 6. Like it's 6 out of 5. It's even 10 out of 5. But match-wise, like it was a great match, but there was so much better to come that to me it sits on a 3.5 to a 4.
Yeah, you know what? Like the match itself, man, was actually quite fun and entertaining. Like I think some of the guys might not have got the spots that they would have normally have gotten, yeah, due to like really like the focus being on Orange Cassidy, and it was great. He got dashed out the ring, and he's like literally got 2-3 feet in front of us, in it, yeah, by the railing there. Like all of these things, yeah, just elevate that match for me. And the way it ended, again, Orange Cassidy just taking out everyone with the orange punch, man. A lot of fun in that match. So, yeah, I want to give it higher because it made me happy. But if I'm being fair, I've got to give it a 3.5.
Yeah. So I'm going to do these matches in just any... Do you remember the order? Otherwise, I'm just going to go from in like what I believe it to be.
Well, I've got the figure, yeah.
The pictures.
You know what, man? Let's go in any order because
Right.
Actually, you know, I think as long as my memory doesn't fail me in it, yeah, like we'll just go by what I remember. Next up was you know, the Ministry's girl, man, defending her title.
Yes. Good old Dani Luna versus someone who we've currented like in the space of like 2 weeks. I've seen this girl perform 3 times, and she is absolutely. You know what? Let's give it to atomic. We are talking about Sapphire Reed. What a talent! Like that. If it wasn't Dani, I would have been cheering Sapphire because she has shown such amazing talent in the ring. But there was like, there are certain things I can't do, and I can never ever see myself cheering against Dani Luna. I don't know what she would have to do for me to not cheer her in life. Like I think even a slap in the face, I might even love her more for it. So I don't know what I would actually should have to do. But yeah, it was one of those great moments. Dani as champ is one of those things that I just love. I think the story, I wish I'd followed it before, but the montage that they gave pre-uprising just told me her and Alex Windsor were going to go to town, and I was praying for her to win. And obviously we've talked about what that win meant for us. And again, she just, her and Sapphire just put on a great match. And what I love about it is you could talk UK wrestling and people always go for your Ospreays and your Okus and your Zack Sabre Juniors. There's not that much mention of the women. However, this shows you that women's British wrestling is not to be slept on. They can deliver banging matches, and that's what they done. Like there are some spots in there that you're like, you still wince and sit, jump back into your chair because they deliver, and it was solid for me. I really enjoyed it.
100%. I mean, like, damn, like, it's surreal once again, in it, watching Dani Dust on Thursday doing her thing. Yeah, she's lighting up TNA, racking up wins and everything, and then just seeing her in the ring again, right, live and in color, doing her thing against also one of the UK's best. Yeah, one of their most uprising stars, man, Sapphire Reed. Again, this woman is not to be slept on at all, man. We've seen her in 3 different times, man, and 3 different times she's knocked it out the park, man. So to see her go against one of our favorites, Dani Luna, if you can't, like, go against Dani Luna, for me, it was a case of I could go for Sapphire Reed as well. my voice got very tired in that match because I'm trying for both of these women, man, because that could go either way for me, and I would be like, oh, damn, man, like, I've just got to, like, clap, like, for both of you because you're so amazing and, like, such amazing stars. And it does warm my heart in it, that, like, you can look at a British women's wrestling match and you can get, like, proper hyped for it, And, like, one thing that's made me very hyped for Dani's get back in it is what happened at the end of that match.
So listen, I know for a fact, at first, I don't know what happened because Francesca's coming out and was about to call the next match, and you could hear these chains ringing. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm expecting it's like something to do with the next match. Then I realized it's linked to the first one. And at first I thought it was from a distance. Please do not think I'm an idiot. I was like, Amira, what's Amira doing? And I'm thinking it's something to hype the main event. And I can see she's dragging someone. I was like, oh, she's dragging Ospreay's fiance. Like I've seen Ospreay's other half at a show, coincidentally at Turning Point, and I was like, oh my god, no, they're taking this deep. And then the more I'm looking, I'm like, that's not Amira. And I think someone said Alex Windsor, and then I see the hair now, and I'm like, she's dragging Dani. And I know I was the one who started that chant. If you ever watch that video, the words F you Windsor came out of my mouth. I was like, no way. What I'm predicting for that match, though, and I don't know, I'm guessing it might be at the Rumble. I'm guessing it's going to be at the Progress Rumble. I reckon they're going to have a dog collar match. I think that's what that's leading up to. I really do think that's what it's leading up to. But yeah, Dani got the win, which was amazing. But if you ask me for the match, I'm in a... Look, Sapphire is great. Dani's amazing. As you said, Sapphire's on the uprise. She's still coming up, and you could see certain signs of it. And, look, the chemistry was amazing. I'm going to give it a 4 as opposed to like a solid 5. I think I gave it a 4. But where that post-match bit, I am so like that. Again, once it just kind of like the OC gave me a 5. This one, I'm like 6 to 7. Like, Dani, kick her rear.
Yeah, I got a bit, man, like, for everything we're saying, though, like, Alice Windsor, man, the heel work was great in it, because as we was chanting our little chant, yeah, she's like, you what?
Listen, I actually quite like Alex
But, like, again, like I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I like that RevPro, is like building the stories, man, and the matches aren't just happening for the sake of happening there. Like, that is something we want to see. We want to see Dani, like, get her revenge now. Yeah. And hopefully that will happen on the next card. But as for the match itself, yes, why it's a decent match and everything. Like, I've seen Sapphire Reed go against, innit, of opponents in Purpose, and that seemed to be her on like ultra instant mode. Yeah. This one was a bit more slow and methodical. Yeah. But it was still a great match. Yeah. But being fair, I'll give it a 3.5. Yeah. It was very good match. Yeah. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll give you that. It was, listen, top marks. Like they okay, we haven't given top marks, but it definitely is a standard setting match. It shows you that do not fall asleep on British women's wrestling at all. So congratulations to both ladies on that for like waving the flag. And yeah, looking forward to seeing much more of both of these ladies.
Yeah. And watch Dani Luna on TNA as well.
Indeed, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, and Sapphire is going to be doing a few other things, so like look out for it. But yeah, again, Dani is not only your Queen of the South and British Women's Champion in RevPro, she's also signed to TNA, so she's doing big stuff. As is Sapphire, who we saw at Ignite, Rev, and Purpose Wrestling. Do not sleep on. Oh, and she will be at Riot Cabaret. So like, they are both
on the card. Yeah. Again, like there's a few women's name on the card. When you see it, you know it's going to be good. Nina Samuel, Sapphire Reed, add them to the list.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Okay. Do you remember? I'll let you call the matches and then I'll give my feedback because I think you got a better memory than I do at this
All right. So I think it was the first tag team match of the night, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Only tag match, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the only tag match. Yeah, and that was True and Lacey taking on the Youngbloods.
Now listen. True and Lacey are known as TWA somewhere else. Teens with attitudes and their face. Now, when I met him, Mark True, and I'm like, I'm not sure how I know how to handle you as a face. I've always seen you do heel work. And he's like, yeah, we do it, but like, yeah, but, they at purpose, they're purpose built and homegrown, I suppose, and that's why they're faces. Elsewhere, they do the heel stuff. I couldn't help but mark out at seeing Mark True, and I was like, hey, Mark. And I was swiftly reminded he was a heel with the, what I like to call Austin salute. I was like, oh, okay, crap. That was I didn't get that at purpose. But, yeah, like, listen, at Uprising, I remember seeing Mark True do it, part of the ring team to break down the ring. Very happy to see True and Lacey on the card, showing. I love they give it you mugs, and they took on Youngblood. Now, Youngblood are New Japan, and they are also the future of tag team wrestling and wrestling. And I'm going to say this on record now. I know many people have said it before. They talked about how good Mark True was, but I'd seen one match of Mark True, and now I've seen him in 3 tag matches. True and Lacey are one of the future of British tag team wrestling. These guys are so young. Again, it's in the name, teens with attitude. These guys, they're under 25. They're under 22. They are amazing talents. In a match of exhibiting the future of wrestling, okay, I don't care if it's Japan, the UK, the USA, in showcasing the future of wrestling. If you can appreciate good wrestling, this match was one to see. It just showed you that the tag team division in wrestling is in very, very safe hands. I love the way True and Lacey have their heel work. Youngblood's done, they done what they had to do as well for face. They had the injuries, the comebacks. I love this match. I honestly did love this match.
Yeah, man. Again, this match was high octane, adrenaline filled. Like goodness, man. Like True, man. Like True and was Lacey. True and Lacey. It's hard to call him that because we're gonna call him TWA. Yeah, but they did their thing, man. Yeah, like they did the thing on purpose. They did their thing here at RevPro, man. Like as well, like they're smashing and just off the chart with some of those moves. Some of the combinations were great, and they also had great storytelling in that match as well. Like with the denying of the hot tag, the isolation, and everything. These guys were great, man. Youngbloods, of course, man, they're great as well, man. They look like stars. They act like stars. They are probably going to be future, New Japan Pro Wrestling tag team champions. Yeah. or even like strong style tag team champions, man. Like whatever they've got in store for their future is like well deserved, because again, the effort and the magic that they put on here, you know, it was a solid showing, man. Solid showing.
Yeah. This one's hard to rank. No, it's not. Like, I have to be honest. I think I have to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Like, it gave you, like, you know, when 5 is so hard to like, it's hard to give a 5, and then you got to balance out your other matches. And like, is it on the same par? But if you give every match their own individual credit, this was a brilliant tag match from two young up and coming teams. There's not much to fault it. Like, I don't like throwing away 5s. That's just my main thing. But this was solid. 4.5. I have to stick with it.
Nah, man, you're making me feel like an asshole here, because I'm far more like grounded today, innit? Yeah, maybe it's because again we need to look at the ranking system, making a proper one again, innit? Yeah, because for me, like you know, an average is 2.5, innit? Yeah, and like a 3.5 is, you know, pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where put this match. It was pretty good, man. Like, both teams come out, they did their things. It was top-notch action. Yeah, would I say they did anything that made me think, wow? Yeah, and like elevated me past that. Maybe not in this instance, but that doesn't mean that there was anything bad here at all, man. It was just all stellar, like good in it. Yeah, good wholesome wrestling, man. And for that, I give them a 3.5.
Cool. Up next.
Up next was one of the best matches of the bloody night, wasn't it? Yeah. We're talking about JJ Gale going up against Luke Jacobs, man.
Do you know, like, I've seen JJ a few times. We saw him against Zack Sabre Jr., so you know he's not to be slept on, and that was a very technical match, and he had his moments as well. At Uprising, we also saw Luke Jacobs take on Ishii, and you know that's a very strong style base. So this is where it was a clash, because you're like, how does this work? Like, JJ can be quite aerial. He's got technical ability, don't get me wrong, but how does it fare in a strong style format? And again, I've seen Luke at both Uprising and at other shows. I'm not going to mention the competition too much, but he was in a certain match to qualify for a title there. And what came about, at first, I wasn't too sure how this match was going to be, because, you know, there's a few chops. I'm like, that's not JJ's style. Like, what is he doing? But then they altered the match and had peaks and troughs. And I was like, I knew both could perform, and I wasn't sure where the magic would find. They found the magic that I did not know existed. These guys were well aware of what they were going to create, and they put on a barn burner. I was talking to a wrestler, no less, 2 wrestlers. One has agreed with me that this was one of the 3 matches of the night, and the other, I said to him, bro, look out for it, go on to RevPro and just enjoy what you're about to see, because it's that great. I was blown. While the others have the hype and you knew what to expect, I don't think anyone knew what to expect of this. And for that very reason, you've got your ranking is one thing, but my personal opinion, because of the sleeper that it was and the way it delivered, match of the night.
Hey, look, man, that is a hard thing to argue with, isn't it? Yeah, like for me, there was multiple contenders for match of the night, and this is definitely one of them. Yeah. In fact, I will go as far as to say there was only there was 3 matches for me that like was up there. Yeah, and I think this one actually is past my other one. Yeah, so this will probably be the second match of the night for me. Yeah, and it was absolutely crazy, man. The crowd is solidly behind Luke Jacobs for good reason. This is a big, beefy guy in it, yeah, that likes to just destroy people with his chops and kicks, man. Yeah, and brutal power bombs and everything. Yeah, it's like hot. That literally has you like, hot damn, man. Like, is that guy gonna be okay? And like JJ, yo, I don't know if you get to see this, but you told us to cheer for you at that other show, and we cheered for you, man. Like we was like the JJ Bill, like Bill,
JJ Gale.
We was the JJ Gale section in it, yeah. And like we got a few men chanting for you and everything, but you know what got the whole room chanting for you is your ability, man. Some of the moves that you hit, yeah, was just like, damn, like it's astonishing. And the near falls in this match every time before, oh, this person's done, yeah. They kicked out, man. And like, it wasn't one of those ones where you roll your eyes, innit? Yeah, where like, oh, you just took 1,000 moves and kicked out. No. This was like great spots and everything. And it was a genuine surprise that, oh, damn, they kicked out before it was done, man. Both men put on a tremendous, excellent, show. But the end, Luke Jacobs shows that he's very much might be in line as the next RevPro British champion, because not only did he beat JJ Gale, clean in the ring. Afterwards, he grabbed the mic, cut a little promo, said he's gonna win the Revolution Rumble, and hell, I believe him.
It's very hard. Like the minute he went for the mic, I go to it. He's talking title. I forgot like the Rumble was coming up, so he's like throwing his name in the hat. But I was like, ooh, he like whoever he's going for, whoever wins that title, he's going for it. And yeah, it's kind of hard to bet against Luke Jacobs with that kind of showing. So it was there. And you know what? Given each match its credit, and me calling it match of the night, it's very hard. Like you can't. Please take this for match, not like let's compare it to. But you gave that at WrestleMania. Forget whatever comes there. This is for this show. Each match being ranked, I have to give it a 5. It's a 5 out of 5. It was a solid match. I can't actually think of a section to fault on it. This match was great.
Yeah, man. Look, this match was great. It was my second favorite match of the night, man. Solid, didn't it? Yeah, performance of both men. Yeah. And at one point you would have thought like the match went long, but again, he was having so much fun. You even noticed, man. So for that reason, I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5, man. Like this is like, it's not perfect, but we're getting there. we're damn getting there. And like on a card where you had Mustafa Ali, on a card where you had Will Ospreay, on a card where you had Zack Sabre Jr., a card where you had Orange Cassidy, damn it, yeah. For you to have like the second match of the night, man, that's big. And it's big things for both of these men in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a good score as well. I can't really argue with it. They were solid. Okay, who are we going for next?
Okay, so next up, speaking of which, is the match. Mustafa Ali took on Robbie X.
One of the awesome things for me about this was I was quite happy that no matter who won, I've got a picture with him. that was an awesome thing. Look, Ali is on a tour at the moment, and we were very lucky to see him at his first UK show and then meeting him. I was kind of lost for words, and I didn't want to like hold up the queue. I was like, look, bro, I saw what you've done there. Been following your career for a very long time, and I'm very happy to see you keep doing it. And one of the things I actually got a laugh at, a little giggle out of him was like, just keep doing your thing. He's like, that's what I'm doing my thing. That was it. And we shared a little moment. And what was also nice is I feel like he recognized the MOW because we showed a lot of shots. Like, right, we stole it from another show, but it was Ali, and that was it. And there was great moments. And what I liked about this is kind of like the other one where neither JJ or Luke were heel or face. They were just two guys going for it. This was it as well. You had two much loved stars just coming out. And again, Ali, if by chance you are ever watching this, wherever you go, keep that theme song. It is banging. It is a banging theme song. I just love it so much. And he came out, and there was a bit of banter between him and Robbie X about there's something I can. Robbie said he could do anything I can do, and he asked Robbie to do one thing that no one would believe it to do, and that was flip the hair. Obviously, Robbie X being a bald guy.
Robbie told me earlier today that he can do anything that I can do. All right, do this.
Oh man, that was deep. L'Oreal!
But again, what an aerial match, man. They call Robbie the king of the cruiserweights, and you can't ignore something like that. This guy has great aerial skills, man. Great aerial skills. And Ali, he was 205 live. Like, let's not ignore the history. I'm not going to put over that company while we're on it, but like he was that guy. He was one that people cheered for time and time again. Wanted to see him get to the top of the mountain, not even on a cruiser level. And they put on a showcase. They put on a great show.
100%. Like, look, man, Mustafa Ali is on the run of his life, man. Like, we talk about other free agents in the business, yeah, and who have left and are starting out their journey doing their thing. But the one I'm actually most excited for personally is Mustafa Ali, man. I feel this is his true retribution. Unintended. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, the whole president gimmick and that music as well. Solid, and he can take it to like any promotion doing his world tour bit. Yeah, I think very soon, as soon as this week, we might be seeing him in it, yeah, with some gold in it, yeah. And like that's just gonna elevate his stock even further, man. Like it's a pleasure to see him before. It's a pleasure to see him yesterday on this show, man. And again, he's going against one of the very best homegrown talents, man. Yeah, Robbie X, man. Robbie is doing his thing, and Robbie is actually amazing. Yeah, like again, like man, I just remembering this match now. Like literally, I would have to slide this into contention, in it. Yeah, but nah, you know what? This is my joint third match of the night. Yeah, with another one I mentioned later, in it. Yeah, because again, these guys, man, they put on a show, man. I like Ali's big gear as well, man.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got such, as you said, that president gimmick, and he comes out majestic. His entrance is majestic now, you know. So what I love, and I haven't seen Ali do both meet and greets. I didn't get a chance to meet him at both meet and greets, finance being a thing. Like he comes with what you see in that gimmick. He's got the suit. He comes in, you know. He's a great guy as well. And this is no like plug in for her. But hey, Ali, if you want an interview, the ministry, I'm more than happy to take it. But like he's got such a cool demeanor, and it's like that guy, like, yeah, oh my god, I just met Ali, and he does what he's doing. And then he just levels it up. He comes out to the ring. So you've got the suit for like your press bit. Then he comes out and it's like, you know, a sultan for better or worse. He comes out and as you know, we said shiny boots and all of that. The whole gear is just tip to bottom. I don't want to, you know, go any further quoting names, but you know, yeah, it was such a thing, and he just puts on such a great show. I'm happy for it.
And Ali, put that music on Spotify, damn it. Yeah.
Please.
I want to pump that, man.
Yeah, I, you know, it's one of those that I would like to put in a place with some awesome speakers and just let it bang. Nah. Anyway, oh, such a tune. It just falls short of my top 3 matches, right? It falls just short, and it's going to sound a bit unfair for me to.
No, man. What you like?
No. When I say that, I'm looking at my ranking, and I'm like, I want to give it 4 as opposed to 4.5, and I'm thinking am I being a bit harsh, but I would keep it at 4. Yeah, it falls just short of my top 3 matches, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Likewise, innit? Yeah, like it might sound like we're being a bit too positive PT here, and like, it might be like kissing ass and shit, but it's not. Like, basically, this is just how we feel. This card was stacked. It really was stacked, yeah, and there wasn't like anything that you could sleep on from head to toe, man. And this match was no exception. Again, it was also another one of my favorite matches of the night, man. And at this point, it feels like half the card was that, yeah, and the other half in it, yeah, was just pure excellence as well, yeah. So, man, what a pay per view! But in terms of this match, I'm gonna also give it a 4. Yeah, it rides right up there with the JJ Gale in it, Luke Jacobs, man. In terms of what it did for me personally as a wrestling fan, enjoying
No.
watching the match.
Cool. I'm down with that. Right. Am I right in saying, looking at the card? Oh, it's between one of two matches. Was it RKJ or was it Trent?
It was Trent next.
Right. Yes. So what was meant to be Gabe Kidd versus Shingo. Now, I'm going to just let off something that kind of alludes to the main event. Will Ospreay at the meet and greet literally lifted up clothing and pulled down some parts of clothing to show people how badly bruised he is from his last match for New Japan. He is battered and bruised, and I'm talking severe bruising that you kind of, oh gosh, like that's how bad it is. That match was so brutal. Gabe Kidd is actually not fit enough for wrestling at the moment. Like, I mean, he could probably get to a ring, but I respect what RevPro done, and they were like, the safety of our stars is paramount, and I respect that. If you see a man is just too hurt, yes, he could probably go a bit further, but leave it. And that's what, it's a tough call to make. And it wasn't that. Like, Gabe Kidd versus Shingo is something I really wanted to see, but the replacement was just as great. Trent Seven of Mustache Mountain of British Strong Style taking on Shingo Takagi was a banger of a match. The excitement was on my face. We love Trent here. And these guys put on a solid match. It was strong style meets strong style, British strong style meets Japanese strong style, and they didn't falter, and they gave again peaks and troughs throughout. These guys had you like, oof, yeah. Two vets showing what wrestling is about. Thank you very much, guys.
100%, man. Like, look, I'm gonna go on record if I haven't done already, saying I really like Gabe Kidd in it. Yeah, I feel that he's a good heel. He's doing what he should be doing to make you hate him. One of our cohort generally hates him in it. Yeah, he doesn't realize it. Yeah, like, hey, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? But like, again, well, what do you call it? Not seeing him on this show in it is a testament to what he did in it. At that show in New Japan, man. That was brutal. But damn, did we get a replacement, man? A replacement that I probably enjoy. And I'm not gonna lie, nothing against like Mr. Kidd and all that. I think I actually enjoyed this match more than the New Japan match in it, because that's what it would have been essentially. It would have been Shingo and Gabe Kidd, both of New Japan in it. Yeah, I'm sure that's a match I'm gonna see down the line anyway in it. Yeah. However, it's harder to see Trent, and Shingo crossover because again, Trent is TNA, and Shingo is New Japan. So this is a nice little crossover match we got here, and I honestly feel that their styles probably meshed a little bit better. Yeah. You didn't really have to do the hard and trying to kick your head off British strong style and all that. It was just more of a technical power match in it, yeah. And like again, this was a very traditional type of match they was working in that ring, yeah. And on a show that has many different flavors, this was a nice little variety for me in it. So I thoroughly enjoyed the match. I was happy with it.
Yeah. And one of the things, I'm going to leave it to the end. Because I'm just going to highlight the positive Pete bit. But I think I'll leave it to the end, the point that I'm going to make. But again, solid match, classic wrestling at its best. Shingo took the win, but both men saluting and respected each other at the same time. Great match. For me, it doesn't fall under the match of the night category again. It's very similar to the match that we called before it. They just fall that little bit short, but not to be slept on at the same time. So once again, I'm going to go for a 4 out of 5 for me, but there's not much to fault on it. It was
Like you're really making me look bad here. When I'm supposed to be the positive one, AJ. AJ is reclaiming the title, man. Yeah. Nothing against these guys in the ring. Yeah, they are excellent and everything. But I'm just comparing the other matches and how these matches made me feel as a wrestling fan watching the wrestling in it. Yeah, and for me, this match was good. Yeah, a good match for me is above average in it. Yeah, so good for me is 3 stars. Yeah, and that's what I'm giving it, 3 stars.
cool. To be fair, as you said it as well, I'm like, I might get 3.5. I'm shocked you went not as low as 3. I was torn between 3.5 and 4. And
Yeah, you can change it if you want.
I'm still torn. Maybe 3.5. I don't want to do 3.75 because if we start bringing those in, they will never end.
Nah, none of that.
Yeah, I'm between 3.5 and 4. I said 4. I'll stick with it. I like Trent. Nothing against Shingo when I say that either. But
nothing against any of them, innit? Yeah, like look, a good match is like, you know, more than you can hope for, like on most of the television shows. So hey,
yeah. Right, this next match I do know what comes next because I know what the final 2 were for sure. Ricky Knight Jr. versus Anthony Ogogo, the governor, or Cody's B, depending on who you ask. Now, let's get it out. Like, if you saw Uprising, you know where the beef is. These guys were in a tag tournament. While in the match, Ogogo knocks RKJ out clean for reasons. I haven't followed the weekly product enough, guys. I wish I could. It's just short of time on doing it. And with that, this match came out, and I'm very happy it happened here as opposed to any other time because, you know, we guaranteed to see it could have happened on their weekly shows. And yeah, the match took place and it went out. Now, look, Ogogo comes out and something that I feel we created, I could hear it starting off in other angles as well. And I think the world knew that he is Cody's female dog. Like, it was just there. Like, we were saying it, but you could have people over there like Cody. I was like, rah. Like, I know for a fact, with the highest respect, that was Nick. Like, I know Nick kicked that off last time, so much so that Ogogo turned back when he was leaving to square up to him and Den. Like, yo, don't call me that. Like, yo. That was a madness. And he recognized us in the crowd, and we were still saying it again, so much so that, like, check the image, check the video. He's pointing, he's like, right, if you're bad, say it again. Even during the match, there's a point where he's got RKJ on the floor, and he's like, Cody's what? And he stepped up and squared up again. It was like, rah, like he's on smoke. He's on smoke. That's the thing. And to give Ricky his credit, like, he came out and went through the crowd, which I think was such an awesome moment for anyone who's not even front row. Like, he went through the crowd, came back round, done a full 360 on it, which is a nice moment for the fans. So it was something, and the fans were most definitely behind Ricky on this one. Like, there was a smaller Go-Go fan that even we had to start chat, like, Andy brought his friends, like, where the hell? Who? What? Did you not see what happened at Uprising? Like, I think this was the only match that, like, had the crowd in unison for better or worse parts. Look, I say this with the highest respect. When it comes to the Knight family, we have Saraya Knight, we have Ricky Knight, sorry. We've got Zach Zodiac, and then we've got Saraya, you know? So we've got Sweet Saraya, then we've got Saraya for better or worse. And Ricky Knight Jr., RKJ, he's coming up. He's coming up. They're a bat crap crazy family. They all just go down and throw down. Like, I love the legacy, but Ricky is still on the come up. He's an amazing athlete when I say this. Please don't sleep on this match when I say that. And very similar, I feel it's the same for Anthony Ogogo. Tremendous boxer. The man's won gold and repped the UK. He is the governor in certain areas. In the wrestling, he's still finding his feet. It was a nice match. It was a good match. I think for two guys on the come up, I'll say it was a good match for two guys on the come up. On a card like this, it's very hard for it to get a high ranking. And I know I'm giving every match its individual ranking when I say that. But in the same breath, I have to be real with this one. Maybe I'm going to be too generous when I say this, but I think they're in the 2.5 to 3 region. I think I'm going to be maybe a tad generous. It was a good match. It was fun. It had the crowd going. I'm going to say 3, but I know really in my heart maybe it should be up for 2.5.
Well, like again, it's because they didn't give us like a break this time around the intermission. A lot of people use this match in it, to like go in it, refresh themselves in it, get drinks and whatnot, stack up for like the main in it because it's coming and stuff. Yeah, was that a bit unfair to both performers? I would say so, definitely. Yeah. Like, and again, I would agree with everything that like you said, AJ. These two are like the future. They're the future. They're not the present. Like on a card, innit? Yeah, stacked as this. It is very hard for you to shine. Yeah. However, if you was at one of the smaller indie shows, innit, you'd probably be getting a much higher ranking, innit? Yeah, because you did do the business. You had crowd investment, and yeah, Anthony Rogo, man, like your heel work is pretty good, like so far, man. I like it. Yeah, you just an angry guy just put it down. You sort of got that sort of Wolfman from Gladiators type vibe, innit? Yeah, as a bad guy. Yeah. So now I expect like big things in it from both people. Yeah. But saying that, the match, I'm trying to be realistic and as unbiased as possible. I'm actually gonna give it a 2.5 in it, yeah. Because it was an average match. Like there was nothing wrong with it, yeah, but there's nothing special either. It was just on the card. So yeah. 2.5.
Yeah. It was nice that it had story. Do you know what I mean? It's nice that it had story, like Youngblood versus TWA.
One more thing, though. One more thing, got put over Anthony Gogo. Anthony Gogo, yeah, despite all that heel stuff, he is a lovely fella, man. We actually caught him in it, like walking out, yeah, like of the show, man. He's there, just taking photos with everyone, yeah. And it was hilarious. He came face to face with his biggest agitator, Nico. Double V himself in it, yeah, like But like again, we showed him his respect. We told him in it, look, this does for banter in it, yeah. We love everything you do. At first in it, he was playing up to it. He's like, no, don't touch me in it, yeah. Which he was laughing at. So I respect that. But then like afterwards, he come in it for the photo, man, yeah, which is up on the screen right now, man. Look, this guy is a top guy, man. Like, and we're looking forward to seeing much more of him, man.
But look at it, you've seen it. Like 1 minute, the man's like squaring up, he's pointing. The next, it's all love, and this is what I love about wrestling is that you can have both sides of it. And you know, one of the things,
face and I'll cheer you, Anthony.
Yeah, and do you know one of the things that I think you need to respect for a guy like Agogo? Going back to what you're saying, he was at the meet and greet. Those pictures could have been chargeable. Man was like, "Yeah, let's do this." Like there is a lot to respect from a man who had meet and greet opportunities and is still giving away pictures for free. So, props to you. I don't know if I should have declared that. It doesn't mean he's always going to do that, guys. But, he was there and he still gave time to people who couldn't make it. So, maximum props to him for that. So, yeah, big up the governor as an individual, as a wrestler. Boo you.
Tip your hat to him. The governor.
Right. Okay. Now we're into main event territory. Connor Mills versus Zack Sabre Jr. Now,
Mills.
Like, if you don't know Connor Mills, you're going to see this card and you're like, who's Zack Sabre Jr.? You just see Zack Sabre Jr. taking on somebody and you don't know. So much so that prior to it, me and BigTone have been quite fortunate to have hit a lot of indie shows and seen guys do multiple matches across the board. So much so we've even seen Connor Mills in 2 different promotions in the same night. This is how hardworking this guy is. 3 times technically, if you want to say how many matches he had, but we won't get into that. And what then came up is we can respect the work rate and see what's done. Like he is a main eventer. Like go to another show, Connor Mills doesn't close the show. It doesn't just go mid card. He's in your main events. That's how good a star he is. If you're not familiar with that, you're like, he's taking on, some guy's taking on Zack Sabre Jr. And that was a discussion within the ministry. Like, with respect, Nick was like, we were like, who do we cheer for in our WhatsApp group? And Nick's like, come on, there's only one man to cheer for. We're like, yes, but is there? Like, yes, obviously we know who Zack is. We followed Zack's career for a lot longer, so it's easy to say that, but don't sleep on Conor. And with respect, I know Nick, and rightfully so, is a huge Zack Sabre Jr. fan. Having met him at Uprising, he's even a bigger fan than it was. And all three of us are going on record to say we believe Zack is the future now that Will's gone. Who's going to fill that gap? Zack Sabre Jr. is probably a top contender for that, to fill that gap as a face of New Japan. Not that he isn't already, but it's going to go that bit further. His stock is going to be raised. And this match comes out, and Nick's like, yeah, look, Zack's doing this. And I was like, but question, now that this match is in the flow, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts on Conor? That, to be fair, I've not watched. He started to then study more into this match. And by the end of this match, he knew you can't sleep on Bill, Conor, Bills. Like, yeah, it was a match that I can only say, if you are a fan of technical wrestling, this was for you. Like, it technical beauty, certain spots similar to Zack's previous match against the great Daniel Bryan, but it didn't matter. Like, these guys were hitting each other's moves and hitting each other's spots from other matches, and they just went in. They really went in. And again, okay, there's only 2 more matches, and I said there's 3 matches of the night. This 100% is another match of the night. You can't knock it. You cannot knock it. It had everything. And one of the things I have to give Zack credit for, sorry, I'm talking, I should leave you a spot. No. He had to say stuff to get the crowd going. He says stuff and the crowd just eat it up. Zack is amazing. Conor, keep doing your thing.
That, man. Again, there was so much to this match, man. This was a technical masterpiece, man. And to be honest, this was interesting for me because we've seen Mills do his thing, yeah. But this was the first time I've seen this side of Mills, yeah. He's more like normally, more high adrenaline, like high flying in it, yeah, octane moves that he does. Yeah. But no, he can go. He was doing chain wrestling, mat wrestling, yeah, like all the counters. And guess who was doing it with? Only the best technical wrestler in the world. Yeah. Yes, I said the best, did it? Yeah. I know other people might be like, oh, there's this guy. No, Zack is the best, man. Yeah. All he just needs is his big moments, yeah, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna get in 2024, innit? Like, because Zack Sabre Jr. he's legit, man. He is the future, and the future is now, man. And like these two, it was like just a great clash, man. A great clash. And it escalated to where it digressed from just the mat-based wrestling to slapping the hell out of each other.
Yeah, my God, that moment. Yeah.
So straight up trying to end each other by the end of the match, innit? Yeah. But yeah, look, Zack is a star, man. And like, you gotta like him on 2 fronts, because not only is he a star in the ring, not only is he the best technical wrestler in the world, yeah, in my opinion, there, yeah. But he's also a very humble guy, man. Like I even brought this picture with it right now, with it, yeah, of Den the Tech like bumping into him, jabby bastard, yeah. Bumping into him, yeah, like on his way home, yeah. And like, he's tired, and like he doesn't owe anyone anything. But he stopped to take that picture for them, yeah. And like again, I like that. I like the humility, because he is a big star, man. I watched him on TV this week. I've been watching him later this week as well, yeah. And like, you just approached him, he gave you the picture, man. Even though, man, like he can do meet and greets in it, and I would gladly pay. I did pay in it to like meet him, and it was a great experience, man. But like I just like when people are like that, man. They appreciate that we appreciate them.
Yeah, for sure. Look, match of the night territory. At first, I think I was going to be a bit harsh, but I'm just going to keep it a buck. Look, 4.5 out of 5. These guys were solid. No, screw it. 5. It's another 5 because it's a different reason to the previous one. I at first I was like the Jacob Gale was a sleeper, but this had a technical it was a beautiful technical match that you can't go for. And but I said 4.5, I was like, and the more I said, I was like, but what reason do I have to fault it? There wasn't actually a reason to fault it. And with that, top mark.
Nah, man, AJ, what are you doing, man? You're making me look like the mean one here, isn't it? Yeah, I'm normally Mr. Positivity here when it comes to this group. But yeah, look, all through this was like, again, this was definitely in my top matches of the night. Yeah, like it was nothing but excellent here, man. And excellent for me personally is a 4 stars, isn't it? Yeah. So that's what I'm giving them, man. 4 stars for an excellent match.
Cool. Now, it's time for the main event. Now, I shouldn't say this, and I'm not going to hound JJ. Me and Nico, after meeting Ali, were quite fortunate to have had a sneak peek at Will Ospreay's entrance, and I kind of caught eyes with JJ, and he kind of said hi, but in the same breath was like, people shouldn't be seeing this. I was like nodded to the RevPro staff, like, yo, people shouldn't be here. So we got ushered out, but we had a small preview of what was one of the amazing entrances. Now, for what people look, I'm gonna call RevPro indie for the fact that people aren't signed to RevPro, but RevPro is very much a mainstay UK show. Do you know what I mean? Like super indies, if you wish. Now, for what is essentially an indie show, the entrances and the montage that they had for this match, Ospreay Oku Part 3, the videos they had, the way Michael Oku had this allusion to Metal Gear Solid, I loved that it was the continue. Will Ospreay doing his Assassin's Creed part. It was just everything you can ask for. And, you know, he came out, when he pointed the sword and Oku had the stones to walk to the sword, like, I ain't afraid, bro. Then the referee says that this match will have a 1 hour time limit. It will have no DQ. It's either pin, submission, or a mirror throwing the towel in. And you were like, oh my days, these guys are going to go. They are going to go to hell and back. And did they? I'm going to let you say some parts on it because I know you can highlight it that bit better than me. Now, let's be honest. This show, I've been on RevPro On Demand today. This show tallies in at 5 hours and something. As BigTone also said, there was no intermission. This was solid wrestling back to back to back to back with for essentially no real sleeper matches. You had to choose your spot for what would be the bathroom break, the refreshment break. And here it comes. The crowd are tired, but the crowd are also here for this match. And we gave the energy. The Oku section, the Ospreay section, they're looking around, they're doing it. They knew that no matter which way they pointed to, people are going to... This is going to sound ridiculous because on a spectacle, it's kind of like when you compared Orange Cassidy to John Cena. We know who's the biggest star. To compare it to Rock and Austin would be wrong. But it was Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17, where you've got two people at the top of their game and the crowd was split. 100% split. The minute the Oku chant stopped, the Ospreay chant started. The minute the Ospreay chant stopped, the Oku chant started. It was two men who just had a very even split crowd and no side was budging. Kind of like what you said for Dani and Sapphire. There was a point where I was like, let's go Oku. Well, let's go Ospreay. Michael Oku. Like it was, I was split. I had nothing left in me, but I found it in me. Solid match. And yeah, what a way to leave.
Now, I'll just go ahead and say it. For me, this was my match of the night, man. This match was crazy. It went for almost an hour. Yes, it started on a high point with the high budget like entrances and everything. Yeah. And again, it was a special moment. Yeah, everyone was out there, yeah, like for that match. Like everyone was tired, but we were hyped. Yeah. You won't think we just sat through a good 4 hours of resting at that point, innit? Yeah. But like, we was here for it. And again, it's funny that you alluded to a sort of comparison between WrestleMania 17, because I do actually get that as well, yeah. Because again, it's a thing where both people are immensely popular to everyone in the room, but like some people feel the need to pick one, innit? Yeah. And like The Rock, yeah, even though like he's the people's champ, yeah, was probably cheered a little less than Austin, yeah, that night, yeah. And I feel this was the same in it for Oku. He was cheered a little less, but again, he's the local boy. He's the homegrown talent in it. Yeah, and let's just put it this way: Ospreay, yes, he was the all-conquered hero, but made himself the questionable guy to cheer for, if I don't say so in the least, man. Like, because damn. Man, I know they're talking about Amara being there to throw in towels and whatnot, man, but boy, did she get involved in that match. Yeah. But like for people that don't know, man, Amara is like a wrestler anyway. Yeah, she gets involved. Yeah, apparently at like one of the other shows we've been to, in it, she was hitting people with books in it. Yeah, at one stage. So
Amira's
she
a
can
champ
take it.
somewhere. Don't
So she
worry
can
about
take
Amira.
it.
She knows what she's doing.
She can take it. Yeah, that's basically the takeaway. However, the visual of it does look so mad because she's dressed to the gills. Yeah, in some queen outfit. Yeah, she looks stunning. Yeah,
She did.
but man, damn, her and Will do not like each other. And there's one part in the match, yeah, where like you know, Will's got Oku down, man. He's got him down. And like he's just taunting Amara in the face, in it, yeah. Took the towel, wiped it off Oku's face, threw it in Amara's face. This prompted Amara to spit in Will's face. And like the whole crowd was like, oh! And Will, we wasn't sure what he was gonna do because again, at first he smiled, but then you could see the actual rage like just building up. And you know what? It was 300. This is Sparta. Yeah. Into the barricades, man. Like and
Throw the towel.
Oku, how's your head? Oku, how's your head?
Wipe yourself off, man. You dead.
oh, that's a disrespect. Oh!
Take it.
I still love him. I still love him. Still my guy. What?
Michael, how's your chick? How's your chick? Michael, how's your chick? Michael, how's your chick? Mike, fuck him up!
You know what? That actually makes me laugh about that thing. Yeah, it's the aftermath in like on my Instagram feed. Yeah, Amara posted that moment. Yeah, and Will Ospreay liked it. But man, as Chris Jericho once told, did it? Yeah, Shawn Michaels, the worst is yet to come, because damn. It's like a throwback, is it? Yeah, to watching Will Ospreay say in an interview how he straight up messed people up with a different word, using in it, yeah, his hidden blade. Michael Oku in it, yeah, took quite a bit of punishment in this match, man, and like including like 1,000 hidden blades and stuff in it, yeah, and like Mad Ospreay was like leaning him up, yeah, for that last one after destroying him, yeah. And like, man, as he went for it, Amara got in the way, and Amara took that hidden blade, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Amara. Oh my gosh, Amara. Oh. Oh shit! Oh! Oh!
Amira needs to tell me.
I like the
Taking it back
crowd.
to some guys, I've got to be honest, she took it. That was a full on oof.
The crowd gasped. Yeah, I'm like, oh, damn! Like, because again, the hidden blade is one of those moves in it. Yeah, that just looks so realistic. It looks like in it. Yeah, if you're taking that, it's not gonna not hurt. I like she's just laid out and everything. Yeah, but like, man, this was Oku's comeback, in it. Yeah, because again, was his Super Saiyan moment. Yeah, this was like, when Frieza blew up Krillin. That was that for Michael Oku, man. And he went Super Saiyan on him in it. Yeah, like, start beating the hell out of Ospreay, and then like basically hit him with about a good like 2,000 like hidden blades. Yeah, every answer's about like good free in it, yeah. And like again, we thought that was it, but again, he kept pulling him up, and we was like, you effed up in it, yeah, because you had the match won, but then like gave him a chance for Will to hit another hidden blade on him, and we're back at it, yeah. More near falls, more drama every time in it, yeah. Like I'll be throwing up some of these videos, man. Yeah. And like you just see the elation and the surprise and the oh no in our faces, man. But yes, like with the now back at ringside, because somehow she managed to crawl herself back up, yeah. The on life support Amara. Yeah. like in a brilliant poetic moment. And I want to see how this looks like on TV. Put one finger up, the Austin salute to Will Ospreay, yeah, as he was in the half crab, yeah, and Michael Oku pulled him back to the ring and put the most nastiest slant on it you've ever seen, yeah. And Will, in his last match on the Indies, had to tap, yeah. Now, I know a lot of people were there for Will, yeah. I know some people be like, oh, they feel it's unnecessary in it that he was healed in his last match. But I just think it's a testament to like what a great worker he is. Like me and Nico had a discussion that like it's a bit sad, yeah, that like Will on his way out has sort of like had a couple of months of losing because he's doing the favors. But again, it's a testament to the type of man he is, yeah. And don't worry, he's gonna get his wins back because I mean I talked to him a long time, minute. Yeah, you all right for me to go for this next part, or do you want to do it? Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. Well, like, yo, his year is gonna get bigger and better. Yeah, because who was in attendance watching that match? The mystery guest that we was talking about, none other than TK himself, the chairman, the founder, the owner, the everything of AEW. Yeah, Mr. Tony Khan. Yeah. Yeah, he was in attendance. Like, and to be honest, the crowd started marking out for him in it. Like, when they seen him, that must have been a good moment for him. But after the match, Oku and Amara leave. They give Will the ring. Will says his goodbyes, and in that speech, in it, like he includes Tony Khan a lot. Yeah, and like Tony, man, Tony seen the energy in the room. Yeah, he's seen how grateful the fans was to him personally. So that must be like, a nice moment for him. But more so than anything, he's seen that if he does not put that title around the waist of Will Ospreay at Wembley, man, something bad might happen, man. So, TK, don't mess about, man. It's not the time. It's not the time. Put the title on Will Ospreay.
I don't want to be disrespectful when I say this. Bad things happened at the first All In. Don't make it happen a second time. That's all I'm saying.
Backstage shenanigans for that. No, but like, we just did it. All we know is that we showed that the British fans love Will Ospreay, innit? Yeah, the British fans are here for it, and they're here for All In, man. There will be no bigger, better platform than to make, Will Ospreay the champion. There is a chance that it could be the Continental Championship, because again, there is a chance that Daniel Bryan in it, might become that Continental Champion. And the match that Ospreay wants in it, is Bryanson versus Ospreay. Yeah, that's his match that he wants, which would be one of the greatest matches of all time. Let's not mince words in it. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. But to do that, Bryanson will have to be champion in some capacity. And it's far more likely he's going to be Continental Champion at this point in his career rather than World Champion. But hey, you never know. Samoa Joe was walking around with that AEW Championship. Yeah, no one's seen that coming, and it happened. So it's a possibility. Yeah. But no, excellent match, excellent night, excellent send off, and they played Elevate. Damn it. Yeah, that's one thing in it. Yeah, me and Nico looking at each other. I was like, oh man, love Ospreay's entrance, but he didn't come out to Elevate, man. We wanted to sing, but then they played it at the end. They played it for ages. Yeah, and Will stayed for ages, and he was in there, tears in his eyes, man, while everyone's doing the chorus part. Ospreay, Ospreay. Yeah, he stayed purposely to hear that one more time, man. And it's not the end for winning the Indies. We're gonna see him again, innit? Yeah, he's with AEW, and this is one thing in it that is good about AEW. Other wrestlers can go to other companies. Proof is in the pudding. Orange Cassidy walked down, defended his title right there and then, innit? Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see Will Ospreay again, innit? Yeah, but who knows where? Who knows when? But for all that big rant in it, yeah, we need to give our scores.
Told you sold it to me, man. I look, I said I don't want to give out 5s, and I've given out 2. And I was like to me, Gail Jacobs was the match. But the more you talk, the more you're reminding me of this match. And I'm like, at first I was at 4, then I'm like 4.5, and I'm like, it feels like an injustice. And I guarantee you, if you ever see me do another review show, there was no chance. I don't even think I've given out 5s before. To do 3 5s in one match in one show is ridiculous. But the nostalgia of what you've done makes me think I'm going to have to do it. I feel like an absolute dog. I feel too generous, and it may be a generous one. But yeah, I've done the 3 Amigos, 3 main events as far as I'm concerned. 3 5s. I'm going to give him a 5 as well. I didn't think I was going to, but the more you spoke, I'm like, yeah, this was a match.
Well, for once, you don't make me look bad, did it? Because for me, like I said, this is the match of the night. This night match, like, went on so long and had so much drama. I had no idea until I seen it. Yeah, like earlier today, that match was almost an hour. Yeah, like good friend of the channel, that is Pain. Yeah, told us. Yeah, that went from bell to bell 43 minutes, and then you factor in the entrances, and then that long ass speech at the end, didn't it? Yeah. That is an hour clean, easily. Yeah. So when I factor in that and the fact that I didn't notice, man, this match was special, man. I don't give these out often, in it. Yeah. Because I just feel like there needs to be really something to make me say this was special. This was special. Ospreay's last match on the Indies was special, and it deserves nothing less than a 5 out of 5, man. Brilliant.
Yeah. No, big stuff, guys. Absolute major respect to everyone involved. Listen, if you've seen the one AJ on a Mega Powers combination video, or in general, you may believe I'm very anti AEW. Once again, I maintain I have my reasons behind it. I like the product that Tony Khan puts out. Just some angles I'm not a fan of. I have to put maximum respect out to Tony Khan for many reasons. One, for Orange Cassidy and potentially Anthony Ogogo. But more than anything, the main event that we had, when you've got a man signed, you don't need, and you know what a commodity is. You don't have to do what you've done. You don't have to appear and show the fans that love that you did. Like I saw Tony taking selfies with fans at one point, after World put him over. He could have stayed in the box. He didn't even have to be there. He done what he done. But more than anything, like when talking Will Ospreay, we talk about, look, we had the summer of Ospreay followed by the winter of Ospreay, which were losses in all the divisions that he's gone through while doing what he's doing. Tony, not owns the guy, but Tony has the rights to say yes or no to this. You're with me. You don't have to do this. Like this is what I'm allowing you to do. He's allowed the man to go to places, be it TNA, be it RevPro, be it Extra Bits with New Japan. Like he's signed, he starts fresh in March. Like we didn't have to be thanked for that. So huge props to Tony Khan for allowing that to happen. Yeah, but Anthony putting over AEW. Huge props to Andy and the team and everybody at RevPro for a show that was long, but enjoyable through and through. I like, hand on heart will say, one of the best shows I've been to. If you're going to ask me to rate it, it's a solid 4 out of 5. Like it had moments. If every match was a 5, then yes, it's a 5 out of 5 show. But this was a solid 4 out of 5 pay-per-view. To have people end to end invested the way they did, minimal, no chance to really call sleeper matches. It's just that guys are on the come up is the only reason you could knock it down on this. And as we said, on any other card, that's a good match. Awesome pay-per-view. I'm really thankful to have been there live. And what I love is an indie show. 2 people have said it to me today. The world is talking about that pay-per-view, and I'm hoping that has crossed over the pond, and people in the States are like, oh, this is what the UK can do. Absolute props to them.
100%. I mean, like, again, it's hard because my heart does say 5 out of 5 for that pay-per-view / indie event. Yeah, I personally am thinking to say, like, in this moment, that is probably the best one I've been to. Yeah, because again, the match was just too stacked, the crowd was just too hyped, and no disrespect to any of the others because you were all great. You've all been great, but this was something special. But if I'm being rational and based here, you're right. Not every match was up there, so it would make no sense to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go 4 stars as well. One thing I will say though, man, look, Michael Oku, do not sleep on him. This man is the future. So many, companies have made him their champion. So many, place people, wrestlers, man. Whoever we speak to, they speak highly of Michael Oku. Yeah. Like to put over again, man, we mentioned Adonis Payne, yeah, the Ignite Wrestling champion. Who was his dream opponent? Michael Oku, man. So look for
Do you know
him
what?
on.
Post interview as well. Jackson Hart, another friend of the channel, Michael Oku's like, we've come up together. Yeah, our careers have gone separate ways, but I would love to throw down with him now that he's at where he's at. Like, you can't go against Oku, man. Everyone recognizes who he is.
100%, man. Like, don't sleep on this guy. Look for this guy on the international stage very soon. I know Tony Khan was in attendance, man. He's seen what happened with that main event, man. Like, again, look for Michael Oku on the international stage very soon, man.
Yeah, I think so. There's no chance, guys. Look, once again, I'm gonna say this. Look, we're slowing down a bit. February was most definitely our month of like, look out for the MOW. So if you missed us, you missed us. BigTone's wearing it, and as much as I'm showing props to this, I'm going to show up something else black and white. Look out for this t-shirt at your next UK show. You never know where we're going to be. I nearly ended, if I could be in two places at once, I would be this Sunday. Sadly, I can't. I do apologize, guys. I will be at another show seeing some amazing wrestling. And again, if you're stateside, please sign up. It's not just the WWE Network or TNA Plus. There are some great UK companies to sign up to and appreciate good wrestling. Yeah, look, RevPro On Demand is one of them. This isn't an endorsement. We will give other shows their flowers when they can. If you are a stateside fan of the ministry, please follow these words. And please go to RevPro On Demand. No endorsement YouTube at all. This is just us saying, if you're a fan of wrestling, this is your way of catching some great stuff. You will not be disappointed. Similar to people watching New Japan and being like, this was Wrestle Kingdom, it was amazing. You will not be disappointed at High Stakes. I'm just eternally grateful to have been there. And once again, guys, MOW News on X, Ministry of Wrestling on Facebook and Twitter. No, Facebook and Instagram. Let's get that right. Yeah, retired, but still buzz. Follow us, connect with us. If you see us, don't be afraid to say, hey, look, what was that purpose? Got a tap on the shoulder. Someone gave us a too sweet. We are approachable. We love to take pictures with ministry followers or people who just love wrestling. So spread the word. I thank you very much. That's my little sign out. Anything you want to add, bro?
Nah, as always, like, wrestling is great, man. This wrestling is very much a multiverse, like at the moment, yeah. Call it the Wrestleverse, if you will, man. And one of the best places to experience that is in these British UK indie shows, man. If you are a wrestling fan and you want the fence about going, man, just do it, man, because you'll enjoy yourself, man. And like last night was one of the most hype nights I ever had. Like, it was 5 hours. I didn't even notice that. I thought it was 3 hours tops. Yeah. So that's just a testament to how good it is. And as always, man, the MOW, if you see us here on the street, if you see us like walking to a show, you see us at a show, we are approachable people, man. Like, I made us here to celebrate the brilliance that is professional wrestling. But with that, let's say our goodbyes.
Okay, guys, there's only one way to do it. So until the next time, I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
And I'm BigTone out the zone. Thank you for watching, everyone. Peace.
We out. See ya.